I'm John Hinkle, the senior pastor of First Presbyterian Church here in downtown Murfreesboro on the corner of College and Spring. And this is your Saturday morning preview of your Sunday morning sermon, which I'll confess to you, as always, I'm doing it on Friday. Just finished the sermon, and I want to get straight into the preview. We, as you know, finished our series of sermons on the book of Ruth, which I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. I just love the book of Ruth. But now we're moving on to a new series of sermons about fishing. I don't know why I thought a series of sermons about fishing was a good idea back in January, but I did. And so as I started kind of looking at the series for the month, I scratched my head going, what am I going to do with this? But then I started thinking that maybe it's a good thing, that maybe I need to work a little bit harder as we explore this text together. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a whole series of sermons about fishing, or better yet, fish will be involved in every single one of these sermons. But the sermons itself really isn't about fishing, and it may not even be about the fish. The sermons are going to be about us and really how we live into the faith. Our first fishing story really is about dead fish, and it comes to us in the book of Exodus, when Moses has returned, blessed by God, to tell Pharaoh to let his people go. But of course we know Pharaoh says, no, I'm not going to do that. And so God uses these plagues as a way to remind Pharaoh that God is God and Pharaoh's not. And the first plague is when God turns the Nile River into blood, killing all the fish in the river, creating this awful odor. And I always thought, when I was kind of reading this story in the other plague story, that it's Pharaoh who suffers through this, and it's Pharaoh's people who suffer through this because Pharaoh's their leader. But then I started thinking more about this. That can't be true, right? It's not just Pharaoh who suffers. And it's not just the Egyptians who suffer. I mean, are we to believe that only Pharaoh and the Egyptians were drinking water out of the Nile? Where did the Hebrews get their water? Or it's only Pharaoh and the Egyptians who get fish out of the Nile? Well, don't the Hebrews eat fish too? And can't the Hebrews also smell that terrible odor that's in the air from all the dead fish? Of course they can. A plague is an equal opportunity offender. A plague doesn't care if you're an Egyptian or a Hebrew. A plague is going to cause destruction for everyone, Hebrew and Egyptian alike. So that got me thinking. Then what is God looking for in the Hebrews in this moment of suffering? We know what God's looking for in Pharaoh. It is to bow to his will. It is to bend his neck. It is to humble himself and to eventually let the Hebrews go. But that's for Pharaoh. Why must the Hebrews suffer? And in suffering, what is God looking for? I believe, as Jesus reminds us, it rains on the just and the unjust alike, that God is wondering, how will we live out our faith in troubled times? When we are burdened and we are stretched, how will we respond to the will of God? How will we live a life that is a blessing to others, even when we are not receiving blessings? So this Sunday, that's what we're going to explore. A moment in time when the Hebrews were suffering because of a plague. Listen, I look forward to seeing you at 10 o'clock this Sunday. And if you're not in town, remember, you can always watch us on YouTube. We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.